We refuse to shelter any murderers, nor do we want to be held accountable for blood that is shed.
They must leave. They must clear out.
Unfortunately, history teaches us how these things happen. So yes, it is within the realm of possibility. If a war starts, we are a target, we all know that.
Greece has always been friendly toward the Persian peoples, the Greeks, and there are quite a lot of Iranians who live here.
A NATO nation has been on the warpath ever since the U.S.'s largest aircraft carrier, the Gerald R. Ford, made an interim stop in Souda port in Greece while en route to the Middle East. After Chania City, now residents of Greek island of Crete voiced concerns that they might get stuck in the crosshairs of U.S. and Iran tensions. They said the U.S. presence will endanger the region and they do not want to host murderers or be complicit in any bloodshed. The angry residents also demanded demilitarization of one of the largest ports of NATO in the Mediterranean. This comes as Washington is scaling up its military presence in the Middle East in an attempt to add pressure on Iran to sign a nuclear deal and give up its ballistic missile program. The aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln and 3 guided missile destroyers have been in the Arabian Sea since the end of January. The strike group, which brought roughly 5,700 additional service members to the region, bolstered the smaller force of a few destroyers and 3 littoral combat ships already in the region. USS Gerald R. Ford, along with 3 destroyers and more than 5,000 additional service members, are on their way to the Middle East. This will bring the U.S. Navy's presence in the region to at least 16 ships. U.S. President Donald Trump has warned of possible military action against Iran if talks over its nuclear program fall apart. As far as talks are concerned, the U.S. and Iran concluded a 3rd round of negotiations in Geneva on February 26th. Iranian officials announced that technical talks will begin on Monday with the UN nuclear watchdog, suggesting a possible progress, but no deal was reached.
It is obvious that the local community is outraged by the danger they irresponsibly pose to our region and the country, the policy of the Euro-Atlantic axis, all of them together with the municipal authority in defiance of society. We are proud people standing right here. We refuse to shelter any murderers, nor do we want to be held accountable for blood that is shed.
Well, I won't say what I feel. It's pointless. We won't be bought for so little, not for more, not for anything. They must leave. They must clear out. The municipal council has reached a point so completely disconnected from the public's feelings that you're paying for your trash and I'm paying even more than the American military base does for theirs. What I mean is, we've got cowboys running things here. I hope they're still among the living, but even if they're not, we should throw them into the sea because sooner or later, that's exactly where they'll end up.
Clearly, and they're right to make us their target for confrontation, since we don't react and let these cowboys here run the show.
What can I say? This really brings back memories from the decade of the 90s when we were waging all those struggles against the bases.
As a pacifist by nature, I am truly wounded, deeply saddened by what is happening, and instead of us being here to cultivate peace and in the spirit of the Olympics and so on, we have unfortunately become mere servants.
And unfortunately, they have had a negative impact on society, on the very social fabric. This creates hostilities among the citizens, those who supposedly benefit from the Americans in Chania and those who are opposed to their presence. I, of course, am opposed. Americans are welcome as visitors who truly love and appreciate our culture. Unfortunately, history teaches us how these things happen. So yes, it is within the realm of possibility. If a war starts, we are a target, we all know that.
I believe that these are being put into effect, taking into account Iran's capabilities and recent statements made by their officials. Personally, I would prefer one of the largest ports in the Mediterranean to be demilitarized. I understand that many locals consider it something that brings profit, but I believe that this is a short-term perception. In the long run, I would like them to leave. Greece has always been friendly toward the Persian peoples, the Greeks,
And there are quite a lot of Iranians who live here and so on and so forth.
I believe Greece shouldn't give its consent to us, and it shouldn't be so easily drawn into plans that are purely those of the United States and Israel.
It is a complete and utter disgrace for the Greek government and for all those who continue to support them.
These plans by the Americans supposedly to establish supposedly democracy in Iran, when of course the war being planned is for the geopolitical significance of Iran and its crucial energy routes.
Massive protest against the United States and NATO amid Iran tensions. Chania City in Greece erupts after the arrival of the U.S. military's largest aircraft carrier, Gerald R. Ford. The warship anchored at Souda Bay on the Greek island of Crete on February 23rd amid surging tensions with Iran. Hundreds of protesters took to the streets in Chania, denouncing the U.S. military buildup and pressure on Iran. Protesters were seen holding placards reading "NATO killers go home" amid chants and marching through the city. Protesters accused the Greek government of abetting the U.S. in what they call its imperialist war agenda. They also demanded the closure of the Souda base. Remember, Suda is home to a NATO military base. It serves as a strategic facility for Greece, the U.S., and the NATO military alliance in the Eastern Mediterranean.
We are here for the arrival, for the very arrival, for the coming of yet another aircraft carrier in Chania. We have now realized that Chania has become a service point for NATO's murderers, who are coming once again to spread terror in the Middle East.
Right now, in Suda, an enormous, unprecedented firepower is gathering, the likes of which hasn't been seen since 2003, since the Gulf War. Spearheaded by the United States' aircraft carrier, the USS Gerald R. Ford, but also various aircraft and numerous warships belonging to the Americans, all with the aim to slaughter the peoples of the region and Iran. Our country provides its land and its heroes. In this particular instance, the Souda Naval Base, and let me interject here, the Souda Base is essentially the long, far-reaching arm of American imperialism in all its undignified wars.
With our massive gathering today, we have given a very clear answer. We will continue our struggle on the streets, demanding absolutely no participation, no involvement whatsoever in the imperialist wars taking place in the wider region of our country.
Involving and under the immense responsibility of the Greek government, involving also the place, the area where we live and work. For us, it is a primary and crucial objective to close the Suda base.
It is a complete and utter disgrace for the Greek government and for all those who continue to support them.
These plans by the Americans supposedly to establish supposedly democracy in Iran, when of course the war being planned is for the geopolitical significance of Iran and its crucial energy